Hey guys, how are you doing? I am going to do the tag all about my wedding tag. G from Oz did hers today, or I watched it today, and I had also seen Kathy A's version of it, and I thought it was fun, so I wanted to do it. And I found my wedding dress. I didn't realize I still had it. I thought that I'd given it to my daughter for some reason. But anyway, so the questions are, there are 10 questions. And the first one is, did you ever wear your wedding dress again? First thing is, you're supposed to put your wedding dress on in your video. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I might be able to get one arm in there, but oh my goodness. Anyway, first question is, number one, did you ever wear your wedding dress again? And the answer to that is no. We got married in November of 2000, and a year later we went on a cruise. It was like our anniversary, first year anniversary honeymoon cruise. And we went to the Caribbean, and I took the dress along thinking that I could wear it for one of the formal nights. Didn't try it on before we left, packed it, we got there, went to wear it on formal night. I was a little on the snug side, which really kind of surprised me because I think I was only about 5 pounds heavier, but apparently it was enough. So no, sadly I never wore it again. Number two, do you still have the jewelry, accessories, and shoes from your wedding? Show it. I do have my... I think I got a mosquito bite. Yeah. I do have this medallion pendant that Mike got me when we first started dating. It's supposed to be like a good luck talisman or a protective talisman, and then I wear it with my cross that I bought for him to give me on my birthday a few years ago. That's kind of how we do it. Okay, so I have this, and I wore, I believe, pearl earrings. I wore a bracelet that was my mom. Sorry about that, I had to delete some memory off of my card. Okay, so I had my pendant and my bracelet that was my mother's, my something borrowed. This is the bouquet that my mother made for me. We had silk flowers. And so she did all the flowers for the wedding. My mom was an artist, very creative. And so she and I went to Michael's and we picked out all of the beautiful flowers. And I just keep this in a vase. And yeah, so that's my bouquet. This was my headpiece. Again, my mom she made one for me, one for Mandy, and one for Liz, and I don't know, maybe Mandy burned hers, but she wasn't happy we were getting married. But I'll get to that. And then this is our unity candle. And so the way I display it is I put my my flower ring around the unity candle. So those are the accessories. I don't have the shoes anymore, and I do have my pearl earrings, but I didn't bring them out. So anyway, okay, how did your husband propose? Well, this is a long drawn out story. So we met when the girls were in 7th grade. Liz and Mandy became friends in 6th grade, and I knew his ex for at least a year before I ever met him. And so he and I met at a school event in 7th grade. And then like a year later, Liz was going, it was at the end of the school year, or right when school let out, and Liz was going to Bible camp, and Mandy was going to go too. Well, his ex and I had planned on driving to take the girls to camp. And she decided she didn't want to. And so he decided he wanted to drive. And I went along because Liz wanted me to go, and I had taken the day off of work. So it was 2.5 hours each way. So that's really kind of how we got to know each other. I mean, we didn't have any expectations, and we just kind of got to know each other. Now that was at the end of 7th grade. when they went to camp. Well, then I saw him, he had a birthday party for Mandy, so I dropped Liz off, picked her up, and he was there, and he said, so when are we going to go work out? Because I used to work out all the time, and I worked at my gym for my free membership and a little bit of extra spending cash, and as a second job. And so we actually went and worked out, and he invited me to go watch a Packer pregame and have dinner, so we did that, and we just continued to see each other every weekend, and we just never stopped. So we started seeing each other regularly, and he worked as a bank consultant, so he was gone all weekend, or I mean all week, and he was home for the weekends, and he had his kids pretty much every weekend. And on the weekends that I had Liz, you know, eventually down the line, on the weekends I had Liz, we would stay there and just go over to his house and stay there, and we'd all just hang out. And about 2 months into seeing each other, he was talking about marriage already, and I was like, whoa, dude, I don't know, you know, this is way too early. But I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months later, then I agreed that, yeah, we would get married. And then this is when all of this happened. So we decided that we wanted to get married, but we weren't telling the kids yet because they were teenagers. And the teenage girls are not a lot of fun. Just let me tell you that. So his mom, who was a devout Catholic, she was having issues with the fact that Liz and I were staying there on the weekend, which is fine. I mean, I understand that. You know, she's old school. She's a devout Catholic. She doesn't believe in that stuff. But then his ex had to get in on the bandwagon, and she had no room to talk from the way she was living her lifestyle. I mean, we were committed. We were planning on getting married. And so anyway, so what happened then was he was getting so much grief from his ex and from his mom that he decided that, well, you know, we should probably not continue on as we were. And I argued, I said, listen, you know, we're in our 40s. We've been married before. The kids are teenagers. I mean, it's not a big deal, right? So let me restart this. So anyway, but he caved to the pressure from his mom and from his ex. So I said, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do then. If, you know, I said, we'll come over on Saturday. And when it's time to go to bed, I'm just going to go home. And Liz can stay here if you want to, or she can come home with me, whatever you want to do. And he didn't like that idea. And it was every other weekend when we had the kids. The other weekend it wasn't an issue, but he didn't like that. And so after a couple of months, he said, well, I think we should get engaged, you know, just to stop the talk, I guess. And so we went out and we went to a jeweler. He found this jeweler who actually made jewelry. And so we picked out our settings that we wanted. We picked out our stones. Well, I picked out the center stone, and then the jeweler just put in side stones on the engagement ring and the wedding band. And Mike designed his, and he still has his. And I have a new set. This engagement ring was my Christmas present from 2 years ago, and the wedding band was from last year, and I have them soldered together. So anyway, so we got our rings made. We told everyone we were getting married, and the kids, Tony didn't really care. Liz, I don't think she really cared. Mandy wasn't happy. And so that's how we ended up getting engaged. And then we went and bought a house. We bought a house together. We didn't get married for 2 more years. So anyway, okay. Long drawn out story. So Mike never really proposed to me, you know, in the traditional sense. How old were you when you married? I was 46. We got married in November of 2000. Describe your wedding. Did anything happen that wasn't planned? This is number 5. Something else that you will never forget that happened that day. let's see, how am I doing on time? Well, everything went as planned. We had a very small wedding. We had our moms there. Both of our fathers were deceased. We had our siblings, our kids, and we each had a couple of close friends with us. My best friend Brenda took our pictures, which was awesome. And just very simple. We had a justice of the peace come in because Mike, being raised in the Catholic Church, wanted to have nothing to do with having a church wedding. Unfortunately, I wanted one. So we wrote our own vows, and I wrote a wedding prayer for us, and our justice of the peace was awesome. And so, let's see here. How am I doing on time? So we exchanged our vows. We had our friends and family over. We got married in our house. It was on a Sunday, and we had a cake, some champagne, coffee. We had some hors d'oeuvres that one of Mike's friends' wives, she just kind of took on the role of doing that and put those in the oven for everyone. And I think by 6 o'clock everyone was gone. It was just very nice, exactly what we wanted. Very small, very simple. I'm not one for big fancy weddings with hundreds of people. I know some people are, but that's just not me. So it was everything we wanted. The people we really cared about were there. So anything that went wrong, the only two things that were kind of little snags, Mandy at first wasn't going to come, but I think her mom talked to her and she showed up, so I was happy about that. And then Liz ended up having strep throat. She used to get strep throat as a kid a lot, and I'm going to restart this. Okay. Liz used to get strep throat a lot when she was a kid, but she hadn't for many years. She was 17 when we got married, but that night she told me, she said, "Mom, I just don't feel very good. My throat's really sore. I haven't felt well all day." So I looked at her throat, and with all the times that she had strep throat and my 25 years of working in healthcare, I thought, I think we need to go to urgent care. So I spent my wedding night at urgent care with my daughter, and she had strep. So that's really, I mean, we had a great day. It was awesome. Number 6, if you could turn back time, would you change anything on your wedding day? The only thing I would change would be that Liz wouldn't have had strep throat, but other than that, no, it was wonderful. Describe your wedding makeup. Did you do it yourself? I did it myself, did my hair myself. I had recently, maybe a year prior to that, had cut my hair short into a pixie cut. And I just wore my everyday makeup. It was nothing special, just kind of what you see me wearing day to day. Show a photo of your wedding. Okay, so this is a picture of us. Is that focusing? There we go. So that's Liz, my daughter. She's wearing a dress that she wore to a school dance. Me, Mike with a lot more hair, Mandy, and Tony. So Mike and Tony rented tuxes, and the girls just wore what they wanted to wear, and because we really didn't care. And so that was, look at how skinny I was, and look at those muscles, if you can see in my arms and my shoulders. Yeah, I used to run and lift, and I worked out a lot. So I worked out last night, so I'm kind of sore. Then I wanted to show you one more picture, and this is of Mike and me exchanging our vows and our rings and the justice of the peace. And look at those arms. Yeah, and then that's my headband, my headpiece. I'm not sure if that's Tony's hand holding the rings or what the dealio is, but yeah. And then that I had taken a picture of the picture, fortunately, because I couldn't find our wedding album. So those were the pictures that I have to show you. Put your wedding dress on, show it. Like I said, I wish, but that's not going to happen. But here's my wedding dress, and it is a peplum style. It had a vest style bodice and this gold cord braiding, and then the really pretty gems, the gold and pearls. And it has a satin skirt, and I noticed that there's a spot on it, unfortunately. And it just zips up the back. And this is the size that I was back in the day. Yeah, I'm 5'8", and like I say, I was pretty little. So that is my dress, and I'm gonna hang that back up there. No way I'm gonna be able to get that thing on unless I lose 35 pounds. And why did you choose this dress, and do you still like it? Yes, I still like it. I was gonna take it on the cruise, but it didn't fit. Well, I did take it on the cruise, but it didn't even fit back then. So yeah, I do like it. I still like it. In some ways, I think it's kind of timeless. Maybe it's a little dated. It was from 2000, so I don't know, but I think it's still kind of a classic dress. And yeah, I still like it, and I'm happy that I have it. I really didn't think I did. Okay, and that was the end of the tag. So, I tag any of you guys that want to do this. I would love to hear about your wedding, whether you're divorced or still married or whatnot. If you had a horror story, you know, and you want to share it, this would be a great place to do it. I just think it's really fun and interesting to find out, you know, more about all of our friends here on YouTube. And yeah, so I tag you if you want to do it. And oh, my stomach's growling. I'm trying not to eat much today. I just have to lose this weight. I have to lose at least 10 pounds for me to be happy. And like I said, I did work out last night and I'm sore. And I did a Leslie video. I love Leslie Sansone videos. And I'm going to do another one tonight. And been packing and purging and moving stuff around. Oh, Value Village, the FRA, Fairbanks Resource Agency, came yesterday. I set up an appointment and they took boxes of stuff. I mean, just, it had been sitting out in our kind of eating area for about 2 months. Well, I showed you guys some of it. Well, I added more to it over the weekend, and then they came yesterday and picked it all up, which is a huge relief. And I have another big bag. I found a bunch of Halloween costumes that I'm taking in, and just continuing to have most of my craft stuff packed up. Now it's just going to be, what paper am I taking, and you don't know. So, okay guys, well, thanks so much for watching. Leave your comments below, and really I'd love to see you guys do this tag. It really is a fun one, and yeah. All right, I'll just see you in my next video. Bye.